When you look at the actual land ownership on the Creek Nation, so much of it is passed into non-Indian ownership that there won't be the kind of disruption that the state suggests that we will see. And I should also note, if you look at a lot of the news about this case, lots of the articles talk about, will this case give half of Oklahoma back to the Indians? This case won't transfer a single square inch of land. All of the Indian country is a jurisdictional term describing a geographic region where these rules apply. But these rules apply in a manner not wholly disconnected, but largely disconnected from ownership of property. So if a non-Indian owns land in this area, that non-Indian will continue to own land in exactly the same way the day after this decision is made, no matter what. Where you might see a transition is that in the future you would see more federal prosecutions rather than state prosecutions. I think that can be a good thing given the state of the state's budget. The injection of additional federal resources might end up actually adding to public safety. And the Creek Nation particularly, although all of the 5 tribes have robust, healthy, and fair judicial systems. And so the injection of additional tribal resources would also help in terms of public safety and administration of justice. In terms of the floodgate of past prisoners being set free, we should also not expect to see very much, because the 10th Circuit has already said, as it said in this case, this rule is sufficiently plain and clear that relief can be granted to the petitioner under the Anti-Terrorism and Effective Death Penalty Act. The downside of that for other prisoners is that because the rule was quite clear, then they should have brought that claim forward years ago under their direct appeal. So their failure to do what Mr. Murphy did in this case, which is actually raise this issue early on, means that they will not likely be able to bring it up on successive federal habeas appeals. So in other words, the backlog of prisoner cases is not at all likely to flood the courts, because the 10th Circuit has already said that they are precluded from bringing those claims if they didn't raise them in a timely fashion.